If you had one message for the leaders of Iran, what would it be?
Get lost, leave us alone. You have been selling everything to China and to Russia and done nothing for us, so just get lost.
So we were just sat on the underground and we saw a guy with a sign that said freedom, women, Iran, and we followed it, and now here we are in Trafalgar Square. Look around, there is a whole massive protest going on. So we're here to figure out what's going on and what they want and how they're going to get it. What would the ideal Iran look like for you?
Just freedom for women, freedom for everyone, not having to wear specific things, not having to do specific things. Just fucking free, man, do you know what I mean?
What's going on here today?
The International Iranian Day, or the Day of Freedom.
I'm not sure he really knows what's going on here. Back in 1979, Iran had a revolution to overthrow their long-standing Shah. That's the equivalent of their king. They succeeded, and everyone expected life to get better for Iranians. It didn't. Overnight, the imperial state of Iran became the Islamic Republic of Iran. And one of the first things this new government did was make it compulsory for women to wear a hijab in public, along with many other restricting policies. Let's have a look at a news clip from this time.
The imposition of Islamic law here has started with an order to women to cover their heads in government offices. Many are furious. Only a minority in Tehran already follow the instruction.
Fast forward to last year, it was the 13th of September 2022. Mahsa Amini, a 22-year-old Iranian woman, was travelling to Tehran, the capital city, for the first time. When she arrived, her journey took a dark turn. As soon as she leaves the station, she is faced with the morality police, a force tasked with enforcing the strict Islamic dress code upon women in Iran. Her clothes are deemed revealing. They forced her into a police van, hit her over the head, and took her to the local police station. 1 hour later, she complains about something to a female police officer. This CCTV footage shows her collapsing. By the time she is transferred to hospital, she has brain damage and falls into a coma. 3 days later, she is pronounced dead. This sparked outrage across the country and the world. In the protests that have followed in Iran, over 500 people have been killed and 1,600 people have been detained. This is the story of a few Iranian protesters in London. Let's take a look. Why are you here today?
We are here to gain freedom for Iran after 44 years of oppression and repression. That's what we are here for.
What does freedom for Iran look like for you?
Freedom, we are basically asking just for our basic human rights, for freedom to everyone to live the way they want to, obviously respecting the law, but just freedom like everybody else around the world, like the Western world, for example, that they have democracy. We want the same.
Is it a peaceful protest so far?
Don't look like a protest to me, they're just gathering at the moment.
Okay. And do you support their cause or not?
I'm not going to pass comment on that, mate.
Thank you for speaking with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers. What does freedom look like in Iran at the moment?
At the moment, there is nothing. There is no freedom in Iran. They're just murder and killing, and basically they are trying to suppress people as much as possible, and they put in too much fear on people's life that in fact they will not be able to come out. But Iran regime, it has to change. Iran is not this. Iran, what we wanted to have in fact was 44 years ago, and nothing like this. They are murderer. They are nothing, just, excuse my language, a slug.
So what do you think is the biggest problem right now with Iran?
Well, what Iran is, regime is so brutal. I mean, the people cannot express themselves, and then the opposition is not united.
Because they are terrorists, they are murderer, and they're killing our children and youngsters, and they have been ruling this country for 44 years, and there has been nothing, just a misery.
Why are you here today?
Freedom for Iran.
What does freedom for Iran look like for you?
Mate, honestly, if I'm being honest, just to get rid of this fucking Islamic State in Iran and just free them up, man. That's it. That's it, bro.
Can I just ask, I've noticed on your sign it says something about the BBC. I don't know myself.
BBC are quite biased, are not in the reporting, and have been like that for the last 44 years since the revolution. They advocated the Iranian Islamic regime when they came into power, and since then they have not been actually reporting impartially, and they haven't reported any of these protests happening now.
How do you see the future of Iran?
Well, we are fighting. We are fighting, and I'm hoping the day that they will leave. And that's all I can say. We don't know.
Best of luck. Thank you very much for speaking with me.